With the national water policy now under review, the freshwater ecosystem would be addressed. Aria St. Louis, head of the Environment Division in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, on Tuesday says stakeholders' responsibility at this juncture is to formulate a comprehensive document.
All projections going forward predict that we should expect to see changes in the timing, duration, and intensity of our rainfall and our dry spells. So in that context, the update of the policy becomes very important to take into consideration the emerging issues coming up. I also want to highlight from a biodiversity perspective that the freshwater ecosystems in our Tri-Island state will continue to be under pressure until we are able to help to manage them effectively. So the water policy has a responsibility even to address the freshwater ecosystems on island. Main concerns we have related to that are our pollution and alien species, but unsustainable harvesting. So in that context, the policy on water touches everything.
St. Louis says gender mainstreaming comes into play when utilizing water resource, but is oftentimes misconstrued by many. She says the water policy being revised is for all islands, but may differ based on the country's circumstances.
This is a really important discussion that needs to happen nationally to make sure that we think about and prepare a robust document that can support us and is in line with not just our Constitution, but also the key emerging issues that we have identified. For example, climate change and how that is going to affect small island states like Grenada. This means that the role of gender in understanding how water will be used, and this is something I want to expand on a little bit because lots of times people may misunderstand when they talk about gender mainstreaming and a better understanding. But I always smile and I say to my colleagues, remember, because I have longer hair, when I think about use of water, I factor in washing my hair, and I will need more water than somebody who doesn't have much water. So for example, men or women who have short hair may think about use of water to bathe themselves and wash their hair in a completely different manner than I would think about. And there's a basic difference. Certainly is that we need to ventilate and have these kind of conversations. They are very important for us to tailor a water policy that is specific to our needs in the Tri-Island state.
The actual revision of the policy started around September last, but is said to be only a fraction of a much larger picture.
But the bigger picture into which it fits, which is our update of our climate change policy, which is the development of our adaptation plan, and as part of that, figuring out how we are going to manage our water resources, the identification of key technologies that can be used in our agriculture sector, that's our technology needs assessment, and in the tourism sector, is work that is leading up to. So this has been in the making, I would say, for years. And as part of that robust package of how we should move forward, discussions about what do we anticipate in the future happening, in the next 5 years, in the next 8 years, how are we managing with regard to our water resource and the legacy that we want to leave for future generations. All this is part of our discussion that we hope to capture in that overarching policy.
Chrislina John, GBN News.